I need to know how to fix a refrigerator clicking sound.
The clinking of ice in the freezer isn't a problem. The lack of it is.
I said clicking, not clinking.
It isn't always a bad thing. Clicking when the defrost timer turns on may be normal.
My refrigerator doesn't normally make this noise.
You could hear clicking when the temperature control turns on and off, and if it is cycling because of a mechanical problem preventing it from working right, you'll hear the noise much more often.
I'd notice if the condenser and compressor were cycling by the noise of it ramping up before shutting down. And that I'd know requires a repair person.
If you hear clicking along with bubbling or pinging, you may have a refrigerant leak.
That means there is a crack in the piping or rust hole.
Sometimes the slow pinging and shaking of the pipes on the back of the fridge get mistaken for the clicking of a starter relay.
What is a starter relay?
The condenser and compressor motor need a starter relay to kick it on. It is like a starter capacitor in your home air conditioner.
If I hear clicking from the AC but not the noise of the compressor running, I can go buy a starter cap kit for it.
You can buy a replacement starter relay for the refrigerator too.
Except that I don't know how to take it apart, test it to see if that really is the cause or replace it.
You can also check the wiring while you are back there. Loose wiring can cause it to click as it tries to engage before actually doing so.
I'd want a professional to check the wiring if it is that bad.
You could also hear clicking if fan blades were hitting each other due to a loose fan or hitting a wire.
A wire that loose and free would kill power flow to something. Fan blades would be more obvious as a cause because they'd only make the noise if the fans were on along with the compressors.
Or you might not hear fan blades hitting a chunk of ice or ice pieces falling off the fan because of the compressor noises.
What else could make the noise?
You might hear a click as the ice maker fills with water.
That ought to be a whoosh of water.
You could hear the clicking as various solenoids engage, like the one in the water inlet valve and valve that lets water into the ice maker.
If I hear the clicks of the solenoid, but not the related sounds of water flowing, the water might be turned off.
Most fridges are smart enough to turn all that off when the water is off. However, messed up sensors or controls could kick in the solenoids when they aren't supposed to be.
Or it has to engage the solenoid several times before the various gates and valves flip.
At which point, you need to replace the solenoid or control board for that system.
Then we're back to calling a pro. At least then I wouldn't feel bad about it being something as simple as flipping a switch.